Hey friends, welcome back, and thanks for joining us for episode 3 of the Ajayi Effect podcast, where you are reminded that you are never alone on this winding road of life. You can show up as yourself for the entire journey. You are honored, you're acknowledged, and your victories are celebrated here. Oh, and if it's happening in the world, please believe we will discuss it. Here, you are capable of big things. We'll get right into our convo in a few, but first, a toast to our sponsor, me, Dupé O Ajayi. Dupé's professional journey embodies the transformative power of marketing for change, driven by a steadfast commitment to equity, with roles at organizations such as Airbnb.org, ABC News, and Rent the Runway's Project Entrepreneur. She's honed her skills as a storyteller and marketer. Each experience has contributed to her expertise in crafting narratives that inspire change. If equity isn't at the core, she won't be. Follow Dupé here at the Ajayi Effect podcast and at the Ajayi Effect on all platforms. Okay, let's get into it. While Michael B. Jordan has been honored as one of People magazine's sexiest men, he has admitted that being single can be challenging for him. The star and producer of Creed was previously linked to influencer and entrepreneur Lori Harvey. Y'all remember that? But their relationship ended in 2022 after about a year and a half together. During a recent appearance on the On Purpose podcast with Jay Shetty, Jordan discussed the ups and downs of being highly sought after, yet not quite fulfilled. Take a listen.
The worst part is the loneliness that comes with that. I think there's a loneliness that I have. Like, bringing them into my world, what I got going on isn't easy. And it's not just, I love you, you love me. That should be enough, right? The responsibility that you have is isolating, and the weight is isolating. So I think the worst part of that is the feeling like nobody really understands.
Uncle Shannon Sharp and Chad Johnson responded to Michael B. Jordan on their Nightcap podcast.
I have friends for you, Michael B. Jordan. Holla at me. Listen to me. Call me, brother. I can help you because I have women that will align with everything that you're doing, especially your purpose. I got somebody for you. Her name Katrina. She 27.
It's tough.
Yeah.
Because he knows there's a finite period of time that he can maximize what he needs to get done.
Yeah.
But
also you miss out on some things.
It appears that Unc and Chad may have missed the point, but I digress. I've found that people who are the most famous and most successful are the most lonely. And I think that we all go through a personal journey to understand what's important to us and what we want for our lives. And for some, that might be fame and fortune, and that's fine. But I don't think that is what actually fills the soul. The art of love and compassion and empathy, I think those are the things that fill the soul. More than accolades, more than money, more than fame. As social creatures, humans need interpersonal contact in order to thrive. That's just fact. These connections range from our inner circle of family and close friends to the outer rungs of our social network. Think about like pet parents at a dog park, for example. Loneliness stemming from social isolation or a lack of meaningful connection. It's a widespread and multifaceted emotional experience. Go with me here for a second. Here are a few key insights. So according to the World Health Organization, social isolation has been deemed a global health priority. The U.S. Surgeon General Vivek Murthy says, quote, "Loneliness is like hunger. It's a signal that we lack something for survival. Not only does it undermine physical and mental health, but it underpins many of our other ills, including violence, addiction, and extremism. The antidote is human connection." End quote. Loneliness is subjective. It's influenced by the quality rather than the quantity of social connections. I need you to understand that. The quality, not the quantity. So, despite digital connectivity, loneliness affects various demographics due to factors like social disconnection and life changes. And technology, while enhancing communication and the like, it can only further aggravate loneliness. As well, the stigma surrounding loneliness can hinder people seeking help and only reinforce isolation. The funny thing about loneliness, the trick to loneliness, is that oftentimes the people who are going through loneliness, they feel as if they are alone, when research shows that's not the case. Loneliness is actually quite common. It has to be, or the Surgeon General would not have rung the alarm. Recognizing loneliness as a public health concern is important, and it should prompt us to create initiatives and to focus on initiatives to address it. According to clinical and community psychologist David McMillan, a community is defined by 4 criteria: membership, influence, integration and fulfillment of needs, and shared emotional connection. Membership makes us feel like we belong. Influence means we matter to the group and vice versa. Integration ensures our needs are met by others, and shared emotional connection is what binds us together. And interventions like therapy and social activity can help combat loneliness. I know what you're thinking, but how, Dupé, do we find and become ingrained in community? Well, you're starting by being here. You know what I'm about. You know I stand 10 toes down when it comes to creating a community that is responsive and where people feel they actually belong. But another way is to prioritize your values and interests and seek out groups that align with your passions and talents. Whether that's a dance club, whether it's podcasting, whether it's pottery, whether it's yoga, or neighborhood associations, look for opportunities to make things together, to create together. And that will help foster connection with other individuals. Another crucial step is to make community building a habit, like brushing your teeth, like working out. I know some people are like, I don't like working out, I don't like brushing my teeth. If you don't like brushing your teeth, that's a problem. But you have to be consistent in showing up and adding value. And that'll help forge connections over time. Whether that's attending regular meetings or simply being present in your daily routines, familiarity is what helps build camaraderie. Putting energy into others is also key. So actively engage with fellow community members, fellow individuals, fellow humans, whether that is striking up a conversation in an elevator or inviting somebody that you just met out for coffee. This demonstrates your commitment and it opens the door to deeper connections. And I hate to sound ridiculous, but put down your phone and engage the world around you. Now, I know, sometimes people are not responsive, and sometimes it may seem as if it feels weird, especially if you don't operate in this way. But if you continue to build this muscle, I promise you'll see results over time. And know this, if people don't respond to you, that doesn't mean that you're weird. It may mean that those just aren't your people. And that's okay. Your goal is to find your people, to find your tribe. And that takes work. It's important, though, not to overwhelm yourself. Building community doesn't mean joining every group or every club or going to every event and introducing yourself to everybody. Consider your range of comfortability. As well, consider your time, your energy, and what you can focus on. Remember, again, it's quality over quantity. The goal is to build a network, not necessarily to make a bunch of random friends. I know, believe me, I understand that loneliness can feel overwhelming. But by prioritizing what's important to you, what your values are, making community building a habit and putting energy into ourselves and then others while pacing ourselves can help us to find fulfillment and connection, even when we feel like we have no community to turn to. Thank you for joining me today, y'all. Remember, you are never truly alone, and there are always opportunities to build meaningful connections. You're here, right? So, it's a start. I want you to share what you heard with 2 of your girlies or guys or whoever and help us grow this community. Be sure to follow at The Ajayi Effect on all platforms. This episode was produced, directed, and edited by Dupé O Ajayi. And remember, till next time, you're not alone. I'm here for you. And you are capable of big things.